Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to my new YouTube channel. So, as you guys can see, I have this elephant bush work as a bonsai. This is called the Bunjin style. So basically, as you guys know, there's a lot of styles in bonsai. But on this video, we're gonna try to do another Bunjin style with another new plant. But I want to show you this first, so you guys can see how can you develop this style in just a few months. Well, depending on how thick your trunk is. But if you want to work this style, and if you want to get a trunk this thick, if you can look for something thicker already, it'll be easier. Because from that you're just gonna have to work on the branches and the structure. So as you guys can see over here, I have a little one over here, so it's not big. So because I want to do a small one, because they're more easy to find. Home Depot, Lowe's, probably the Facebook Market. I don't know, they're everywhere. So in this case, that's why I want to do a smaller one. Well, I want to do a smaller version of it. So let me do a 360 view so you guys can see. And at first I was gonna try to do a bunching style, but now it's gonna be a father and son, or well, it's not a double trunk. It's more like a father and son, because as you guys can see, I'm trying to develop a smaller one on the side. So this is why it's called father and son. Okay, but okay, yeah. So let me do a 360 so you guys can see real quick. So if you guys have a thicker trunk, it's gonna be hard to bend. So basically, like in this one, I cut it off from another one. It was a big cutting, and so I couldn't make any movement on the trunk. But on the smaller one, we can definitely do some movement. But on this one, I just developed the branch structure, and I did a little bit of wiring here and there, and I started developing the branch structure, which is I don't know if you guys can see, but let me turn it this way. Okay. So first of all, I'm gonna try to make it easier and simple. So we have to so when we're gonna start the branch structure, we have to leave the first branch, the second branch, but in between the first and the second one, we have to leave a back branch. And then from the second branch to the third branch, we have to leave another back branch in between those two branches. So, and then we have to develop the apex, which is going to be the top of the tree. So those are the simple rules you have to follow. You don't have to follow them necessarily, but it'll be easier, and it'll be easier for me to explain you. So first, back, second, back, third, and then apex. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so now I'm gonna move this away a little bit, and I'm gonna bring the smaller one. Okay, so here it is. So as you guys can see, I'm gonna get closer to the camera. Just give me a second. So as you guys can see, so the roots, they start about over here. So we have, as you guys can see, we have a lot of branches on the bottom. But for a bunching style, we don't need lower branches. So I'm gonna cut those off. Okay. Bunching style has to be a really tall tree with a little bit of movement on the trunk base, and then we have to structure the branches on the top. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna hit this one. Here, this one. And then something else, we're gonna need wire. We can do it by directional pruning, but it's gonna be kind of hard for me to explain you because I don't have the equipment and the technology right now to do it. So I guess it's gonna be easier for me to do it with wiring, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay. So now, as you guys can see, we have this trunk over here with no branches. So we're gonna try to always cut off the new shoots from this from here to here, because we don't want any branches on the lower base. Okay, so now what I do too, this is what I do. I do a complete defoliation too. Why? Because it's easier to wire the tree and see where the branch is at, because it's kind of hard to wire the tree anyways when it has a lot of branches. I mean, well, when it has a lot of branches and a lot of leaves too. So this is what I do, a complete defoliation. So let me pause the video, and then let me do it real quick. So you can do it with your fingers, or buy some scissors and make it easier too. So that's up to you. So I'm gonna pause the video real quick, and then I'll do that. Okay, so as you guys can see, I already did a complete defoliation. So now we can see better all the branches. So something else that I want to explain you, or I want to mention, is that if you want to do this, it's better to do it in spring or summer, because that's when they're more alive, and that's when they produce a lot of growth like any other tree. So on winter or fall, they're gonna have a hard time because they need sun. They need a lot of sun. They need the heat from spring and summer. So it's gonna suffer. So unless you have a growing light, so that'll be kind of different. But if you're trying to do this, try to do it on a very healthy plant, and don't do the defoliation on a cutting, because the most, I think, it'll have less chances to survive or develop new roots. So only do it on cuttings that already have roots, and spring or summer. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so now, as you guys can see, I can see the branches better. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8 branches. So let me put that a little bit over here so you guys can see better. Okay, so as you guys can see, let me see, I think this one has gonna have to go. It's too big and way too low. So it's gonna go. So now, okay, so something else that I want to explain you is that the branches, we have to leave only the branches that are coming out from the exterior of the curve. So those are the branches that we have to follow, or we have to start our design with. So this one, I'm gonna cut it because it's on the inside curve. So now we have this first branch over here. We have a back branch over here. If it doesn't have it, it's gonna grow, so don't even worry about it. So okay, so we have a first branch, back branch, this branch over here. I don't think we need it, so I'm gonna cut it. And then we can always change, as you guys can see, we have this front branch, but we can always change the angle of that branch with wire by twisting a little bit like this. So now it's gonna be on the right side, on this side. So let me do the wiring first. So you guys can look for the wire on Amazon or eBay, and just look for bonsai wire, and they're gonna send you. There's gonna be different calipers, but just try to get the thinner one and the thickest one you can find, because you never know what kind of wire you're gonna need. So in this case, I have a 0.5, which is this one over here. It's kind of thick, but we need this wire over here because we're trying to make some movement on the trunk base or the trunk line. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick the wire. There you go. And then I'm going to hold the wire like this on the base, as you guys can see with my fingers. So I have to hold the wire and the trunk at the same time, because I have to make pressure. So as you guys can see, don't move your fingers from there, and then start the wiring process. Hold on. There we go. Okay. And then as you go up, move up your fingers again and hold the wire, and then move up, and then do another twist, move up, and then do another twist, move up, and then do another twist. So basically you have to go all the way up like that. So there you go. Because if we don't do this, we can break the trunk. So, and we don't want to do that. Okay, so now I'm gonna get rid of the wire, of the extra wire. So let me show you two things over here. So these are wire cutters. You can look for them on eBay or Amazon too. They're Bonsai wire cutters. Or you can, this is what I have. So basically I have these ones over here. They're for pruning. But if you don't want to spend too much on wire cutters, you can always buy two and leave one for the branches or the defoliation or whatever you want to do with it. And then the other one, if you have like a grinder or something, you can cut out the edge and make it smoother, and then you use it for wire cutting. Okay, and as you guys can see, it works pretty good. See, the only difference with this one is that you can cut a thicker wire, because you're gonna need the pressure from the tip, because if you don't have a lot of pressure on the tip, you're gonna have to, for example, over here, if I need to cut this part over here, I'm not gonna be able to cut it, because we need to cut with the like, for example, over here instead of here, because we don't have a lot of string over here, but we have more string over here. But by cutting over here, we might damage the elephant bush. So this is why I recommend on if you're gonna use only small thinner wire, you can go for this ones. But if not, you're just gonna have to look for bonsai wire cutters like this one over here, because with this one you can do a flash cut without damaging the whatever I want to call it, I guess the branch or yeah. Okay, so there you go. So now I'm gonna use thinner wire, a little bit thinner, which is this one over here. So if the wire moves the branch, it's good to go. It's good enough. Okay. And this is when I can use my my wire cutters, scissors. Okay. So now and there's a lot of videos that they show how to wire a tree, so I might do one video, but for now I'm just gonna show you how to design. Hold on, okay, because I'm having some problems. Never mind, the wire was too thick, so I was about to break the branch, so I'm gonna go for a thinner wire. It was just too strong. Okay. I think it will work. Much better. So why is the wire for? The wire is basically to make some movement on the branches and position the branches wherever you want them. Okay. So now we have okay. So what I'm gonna do a twist like I said before to put this branch over here on this side so we can have first branch, second branch, and the apex. Okay, as you guys can see, by twisting, I have my first branch, second branch, and the apex over here. And then over here, on this, in between the first and the second one, I have a back branch, so I can develop the branches or the structure in the back. So now I'm gonna try to make some movement on the base. That way, it's not on like very straight. And the movement doesn't have to be perfect, you know, like so now, as you guys can see, I have a little bit of movement. So now I just have to lower down my first branch a little bit. There we go. And then this one's about right. And now I have to wire this too. So we have first, second one, and then we have this one's gonna be our third branch, and then this one's gonna be our fourth branch. There you go. And then this over here is gonna be our apex. So let me get it closer to you so you guys can see. So this is gonna be the front like this. So as you guys can see, now we have some movement, and then we have our first branch, our second branch, our third branch, or we can leave this one over here and leave it as a back branch. You know what, for now I'm just gonna leave it there because we have some new buds over here in the back, so we can develop those as back branches. Okay, so there we go. Now we have a bunching style. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. So for our bunching style, this is the kind of pot that I use. It has to be a shallow pot, and then it has to be like a kind of from coming going out from the inside to the outside like this. And there you go. So I'm gonna do a quick repot so you guys can see how it looks like. gonna put it aside because I have to fix the pot. Okay. So this is the draining what's it called? The draining mesh that I'm gonna use. I think you can find it on Michael's or any I think in the 99 store too. Just try to look for it's made of plastic, but it has a lot of holes. So this is I'm gonna use this to put it over here, but on the inside, so that the soil doesn't go away. So the best way to do it, and the easier way to do it, let's get a piece of wire. And then try to do a little curve like this, and then stick it on the holes like this. So as you guys can see, now the wire is holding the mesh. So now I'm gonna stick it on the holes, and then the wires, I'm gonna do a little twist. Not a twist, I'm gonna bend those wires to the outside, so that way it's gonna make pressure and hold the plastic mesh in there. So the extra wire, we can always cut it off because we don't need a lot of wire. That's it. See? And most of bonsai pots, they have some extra holes to and there, as you guys can see over here, there's 1 and 2. So basically, this is what are meant to be for. Let me show you. So I'm gonna get an extra wire, and then I'm gonna curve it too, like this, and stick it from the outside to the inside, like this. You guys can find or look for bonsai pots on eBay or Amazon too as well. So as you guys can see, I have 2 extra wires, and I'm gonna hold it with this wire, so you guys gonna see how I'm gonna do it. But first of all, I have to put a little bit of soil. I'm gonna use this kind of soil. Okay, so for the soil, if you guys have access to akadama, that's like a Japanese soil. It's very good for to develop roots, finer roots, and you can use lava too as well. Why? Because to develop a lot of branches and a lot of new growth, we need a lot of water. But if we use organic soil, we might kill the plant, because if you have a lot of moisture, a lot of water, it's gonna it's gonna rot the roots. So this is why I recommend using non-organic soil. Okay, so now So as you guys can see, I used those 2 wires to keep in place my elephant bush or my new bonsai. Okay, so now I'm gonna fill it in with more soil. And then I'm going to use a little piece of wire to push the soil all the way to in between the roots, like this. we have to make sure that there is no bubbles inside or empty spaces without soil, because it's gonna the roots to the exposed air, it's gonna dry the roots, and it's gonna probably end up killing the tree or the elephant bush. So now, as you guys can see, we're pretty much done. So this is basically the front of the tree. We have our first branch, second branch, we have another small branch in between those two, and then we have our third branch, and well, these two are coming up from the same level. So for now, it's just an example. So first, second, third one, and fourth branch. I'm gonna put this one a little bit more up. Okay, and then we have our apex over here. So let me do a quick 360 view so you guys can see. So we have our new bonsai on on Bunjin style. So now I'm gonna need to put it under full sun, and then I'm gonna use Osmocote. You guys can find the Osmocote on Home Depot or Lowe's, and just try to get the one with the most nitrogen, because that's gonna help out the new growth. And with this soil, you can water pretty much every day in summer, and just make sure that it's hot, okay? Because but anyways, if you water it daily, it's not gonna affect, because it's non-organic soil, so that's gonna keep the flow of the water very fast, and it's gonna dry real quick. So yeah, as you guys can see, we're pretty much done. Let me this two over here so you guys can see the difference. If you have any questions, you can let me know in the comments. So there we go, guys. We have a new Bunjin style, which is this one over here. And I guess in a couple months this summer, I'm going to show you how it's going, or how it's developing. So yeah, there you go. We have our two new Bunjin styles. Okay, so if you guys like the video, please subscribe, and wait for more videos like this one. Okay, have a good one. Thank you.